Russian star now welcomes you to the inauguration of a new Russian state. My order is now the only authority in Russia.
A quick glance at Vanquish will reveal everything the game is about. This is a sci-fi flavored action game with a focus on speed, mobility, and shooting. It's also a game that will be measured against not only the best in a highly competitive genre, but against its perceived potential. Directed by Shinji Mikami, who also directed the hugely successful and influential Resident Evil 4,
They did quite a number on you, huh?
as well as the simultaneously revered and despised beat-em-up God Hand,
What the fuck, man?
Vanquish seems to have two possible destinies.
This the toy you've been working on?
Is it a spectacular success, or a logic-defying failure?
This is starting to sound like a bad video game.
Vanquish's true worth has almost nothing to do with its inconsequential sci-fi plot. The Russian orbital death strike on San Francisco and everything that follows serves only to provide justification for a one-dimensional, but generally likable badass named Sam, to strap on the insanely powerful augmented reaction suit and head into space to decimate a menacing robot army.
You're last year's model!
A US president resembling Hillary Clinton and the awesomely amplified stereotype known as Lieutenant Colonel Robert Burns add some personality, but it's the mechanics, not the dramatics, that define the game's identity.
Bravo, time to recycle these tin cans! Lock and load.
Vanquish asks you to completely dominate the battlefield through your own personal skill. You'll find numerous ineffectual Marines fighting at your side, who atone for their poor accuracy by drawing enemy fire and gratefully coughing up ammo when you jab their lifeless bodies with a healing syringe. But as the only guy with the morphing weapon system and experimental battlesuit that effectively slows down time while you rip your targets to shreds, you have certain responsibilities. Taking out that giant mech is all you.
I think I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
Fighting through the game's campaign is all about forward momentum. You'll move into each new area, destroy all opposition, take a quick look at your post-battle stats, and launch yourself into the next area. The game rarely relaxes its rapid-fire tempo, with major exceptions limited to a deliberately paced vehicle escort sequence and a covert operation where you silently take out searchlights and patrol vehicles. Your mass-produced metal opposition provides stiff resistance on the game's normal difficulty setting. You'll definitely notice your enemies are being recycled, sometimes literally, but you'll consistently face newer robotic threats in each act.
They even made flying merry-go-rounds.
You're welcome to take a ride.
Vanquish excels at creating combat scenarios that are interesting and challenging, so much so that you might catch yourself thinking about replaying sections of the game even as you're experiencing it for the first time. Just be aware that going back to a previous mission will wipe any mission upgrades you've collected. 6 to 8 hours of playtime will take you to the game's conclusion and unlock secondary challenge stages that more than live up to their name as you face escalating waves of automated death machines. Both modes feature multiple difficulty levels and grade your performance with bonus points for quick clear times. But even if you're not concerned with the high score, the finely tuned gameplay is worth revisiting. To play Vanquish is to push the capabilities of your suit, and the specs are high.
I'd rather go all out than bother with defense.
Basic controls are smooth and precise, and the over-the-shoulder zoom when you aim your weapon is perfectly tuned. Your evasive roll is fast and reliable, and your brazen booster-powered slide is exhilaratingly fast without sacrificing control. The default weapon set of assault rifle, heavy machine gun, and shotgun is smartly balanced and complemented by alternate weapons with their own distinctive feel and tactical value. The basic functionality is nothing short of excellent, but the defining element of gameplay is the way the game encourages you to push the suit's performance to the breaking point. Boosting or utilizing the time-slowing AR mode drains your energy gauge. You'll quickly recharge when you're not using power, but if you completely deplete the gauge, your suit overheats, and you'll have to wait until it cools down to use your abilities. AR mode kicks in automatically when you've taken heavy damage, giving you the chance to quickly eliminate your attackers or take cover before you inevitably overheat. You'll also go straight into the red when you land a melee attack, attaching a high risk to one of your most powerful offensive options. Spending your energy gauge to the last sliver, escaping near-fatal situations in desperate slow motion, and deciding when to go all out with a melee attack create a powerful sense of tension. Adding to this feeling is the semi-permanent nature of weapon upgrades. While default weapons never feel lacking in power, you can improve them substantially by picking up holographic crates.
I'll take this.
Scanning a weapon you have full ammo for eventually bumps up your weapon level as well, which encourages you to switch things up and stop leaning on your favorites if you want to power them up. An additional concern is that dying can actually cause your weapons to be downgraded, so you'll need to stay on your toes to keep your advantage. Vanquish brings interesting mechanics into play, but attaching costs to the benefits can certainly cause some frustration. The game often seems like it doesn't have much sympathy for more casual players, but the lowest difficulty setting includes an automatic targeting option that lets anyone have a fair shot at killing some robots. No matter what your skill level, you won't feel much sympathy for your automated foes. For one, robots don't have feelings, even if they do break out with the dance party from time to time. It's also very satisfying to home in on an enemy's weak points for quick, efficient kills, or cripple bigger threats by destroying limbs and weapons.
This is gonna be fun.
Sam, get off your ass! I have not given you permission to die!
The feedback you get for all this futuristic destruction includes thundering sound effects and dynamic animation, even when the lowliest robo-grunt goes out with a crackling explosion. When you slide across the ground before delivering a flying jump kick to an enemy and then opening up with your machine gun in midair, there's no question that the game you're playing has style. In fact, the actions you execute as you play almost always look cooler than whatever transpires during cutscenes.
Lead on, Pipe.
This way, sir.
While this might say something about the direction and quality of the cinematics or the limited emotive power of the virtual actors, it's still a testament to the game's immediate appeal. If there's any other possible complaint, it's that the sharpness of the image doesn't quite match up to the sharpness of the design, but the overall technical performance remains impressive.
Not even scratched. You did get some training in this thing, right?
Vanquish is a sleek, focused action game with every individual element tuned for a demanding, fast-paced, and highly enjoyable experience. It's possible to play the game like a standard cover-based shooter, emotionally invest in the story, or imagine the concept of bullet time actually working in a multiplayer game. But to do any of these things is to miss the point. Vanquish offers the opportunity to test yourself in a way many games shy away from, and the rewards are unquestionably worth the effort.